New Year's Eve, I always get so in my head about it because I really want to do something fun and I never do anything fun. I either always end up going to somebody's house and then feeling disappointed, or staying in and feeling disappointed. Or last year, I was in Alabama. We went to this place, but it was like this big party outside, like for like the whole city. And there was a ton of people there. And it was really weird because there was a girl there and her mom was right next to her. The girl was maybe like 16, 17. The mom looked like, I don't know, she looked really young. They were both really dressed up, and then they were standing next to these two guys. And I'm telling last year's story, and then I'll get to this year's story. Yeah, anyway, so we were standing behind these two women, me and my brothers, and then there was two guys standing next to them. One of the guys was really into like he was also a teenager. He was also into the girl, the daughter. So they started talking and they were like flirting and, you know, sharing Snapchats and whatever. We're standing like right behind them, like watching the entire thing unfold, and it was so awkward. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up talking to the mom and I said something to her about like, oh, like, is that your sister or whatever? I don't know, something like that. She's like, no, that's my daughter. And I was like, what? That's your daughter? Excuse me? It ended up being that the girl just wanted to have a New Year's kiss just with anyone. And the mom kind of encouraged it. And then the guy had a friend who was also his age who wanted to kiss the mom. And the mom was like, yeah, no, like I'm not about that, because he's like a kid, right? And she's an adult woman. You can imagine the issues that would arise from that. But that was fun. So that was last year's New Year's Eve. This year's New Year's Eve was very different. Yeah, one of the guys from the youth group invited me and one of my friends. He invited us for a New Year's thing, and I really didn't want to go for a number of reasons, but my friend really wanted to go. We ended up going for a little bit, and I said, I'm not gonna stay for long. It was very weird. The person kept on calling and calling and calling to confirm that we were gonna show up at like their place. It was very weird. Like, I've met this person a number of times. But yeah, so I walk in and the guy asks me, he's like, what's your name? And I go, oh, it's Pink. He goes, oh, hi, Pink. And I'm like, yes, okay, we've met before, but whatever. So anyway, there's like, it's me, my friend, and then there's two other guys other than the one who invited us, and then there's two girls sitting on the couch. It's very weird. The two girls never said anything. The one guy on the couch was like really weird. The other guy was like, he's okay, so I'm just gonna call it like scrawny guy, video game guy, and then invite guy, okay? Those are the three main ones you need to remember. Scrawny guy said hello, but then he went and sat on the couch with everyone else. I played beer pong with no beer with the invite guy, and then we were like talking. I said, oh, you have a lot of flags like on your walls, because he had the Croatian flag, he had the Brazilian flag, and he had the Canada flag all on his walls. And he's like, yeah, those are my countries. And I was like, oh, okay, like cool. No hate to anybody who takes pride in where they're from or anything like that, but I personally, I'm not a flag person. I'm not gonna go hang in a flag. Some people do, no problem with that. I tell him, I say, you have a lot of flags. He says, yeah, those are all my countries. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then the guy on the couch was playing video games the entire time. By the way, he kept on like, every time he would win a game, it was like some car driving game. Every single time he would win, he would announce to the entire room that he got first place. I got first place. Guys, I got first place again. And everyone was like, okay, great. That's awesome. So anyway, the flag conversation happens, and then the guy on the couch, he goes, oh, I'm Russian. And then me and my friend are like, oh, like, that's cool. Are you like from Russia, or are you from here but have Russian background? He goes, no, I'm from Russia. Oh, like, that's awesome. And he starts like talking random. He's like, yeah, I had to come here because of the war and da 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 da. My friend goes, oh, how long have you been here for? He says, my whole life. We both kind of look at each other and we're like, what? It was very, I don't think the guy, I don't know. The guy starts going off on a tangent about how, yeah, back home in Russia, where he's never been, by the way, he can carry his AK-47 around all the time because there's no gun laws and stuff like that. I don't know, it was very weird. But then if you think about it, it's like, he's Russian. Wouldn't, like, if he was Ukrainian, I could understand he came to Canada and, like, you know, had to leave his country and all that, but he's Russian. Is the war not in Ukraine? Like, I don't understand. Me and my friend look at each other and we're just like, okay, like, that was weird. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. We go back to conversation with the guy who invited us. Oh my God, it was so uncomfortable. And I told my friend before we got there, because I had seen on his Instagram stories that he would play the guitar at parties. And I said to my friend, this guy seems like the type of guy who's gonna play a guitar at a party, and I bet he's gonna pull one out when we're there. And my friend was like, no, like maybe not, like let's not rush to conclusions, da 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 da. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you I told you so. So he kept on stopping the music. Okay, first of all, he would only play 50 Cent, okay? Only 50 Cent music. That was it. Nothing else. Only 50 Cent. He would pause the music, and then first he pulled out his electric guitar and he started just like playing something random. And we were like, okay, like not a big deal, whatever. He put the music back on. And then he paused the music again later and then pulled out an acoustic guitar and then started playing the acoustic guitar. And then he turned the music back on. And then he paused it again to play his electric guitar again. Okay, I get it, man. I get it. You play the guitar. Okay, that's fine. But I don't know what to do during those situations. If somebody starts playing the guitar in public, I don't know what to do, especially if it was mid-conversation and then they stopped the conversation to play the guitar. What am I supposed to say? I assumed he wanted me to compliment his guitar playing skills. So I said, wow, you're very good at the guitar. And then he goes, yeah, I taught myself when I was 16. And I said, oh, wow, that's very impressive. And then he's like, yeah, I know. I'm like a quick learner, da 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 da. And I was like, oh God, here we go. Why didn't you just leave to another party? I did not have any other parties to go to. I don't have any friends. I mean, I have some friends, but not any friends that would go somewhere, you know? All of my friends are like cozy people, you know? So anyway, we're just like having a conversation. I said to him, I said, oh, like how long have you been living in this apartment? He goes, oh, like since the fall. And he's describing how like, oh, it's been great because I don't have helicopter parents, you know, on me. And he goes, you know what a helicopter parent is, don't you? And I'm like, yes, I know what a helicopter parent is. Like, who doesn't know what a helicopter parent is at this point? I say to him, what did I say? I said something like, oh yeah, like that's typical for like immigrant parents, you know, like I know how it is. My parents are both immigrants too. And he's like, oh, where are your parents immigrants from? And I said, Lebanon. And then video game guy from across the room goes, I have a Lebanese friend. Okay, that's very nice. Thank you. Like, how do I respond to that? Okay, right? Good for you. I don't know. And video game guy keeps talking to me and my friend about video games, and he's like explaining it to us as if we have no idea. And he's talking to us about like new releases of games and whatever. And I'm thinking to myself like, dude, if you only knew, like I play games. Okay. I'm not incompetent and I know what's going on.
We are the greatest community on Twitch.
We are the greatest community on Twitch. So anyway, he keeps talking to us about video games and we're just like, yep, okay. Because it's like, it's New Year's Eve. We don't want to talk about games. We want to like just celebrate. Did I mention that the girls were not wearing socks? And I thought that was very weird. In January, in like not somebody you know very well's house and you're not wearing socks. I don't know. For me, that's just a little bit odd. And then I was talking to my friend. And then I was texting. I texted my mom and I texted both of my brothers and I texted all of them saying, please call me and tell me that I need to come home because I need to leave. Please tell me to come home. Please save me. Like, call me and tell me to come home. None of them saw it. And then eventually I called my mom and then she saw the call, so she called me back. And I said to her, I'm speaking in Arabic now. Did you see my message? And she said, no. And then I said, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'll be home very soon. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. And my mom's just like not saying anything. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there soon. Okay. Okay. Bye, Mom. Okay, bye. Okay, I promise I'll be there soon. Okay, bye. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to go. And prior to this, my friend was like, they said, just start coughing and like blow your nose a bunch and we'll say that you're not feeling well. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, and then when my mom called, I took the opportunity. We got in the elevator. My friend goes, why did you do that? And I was like, do what? And then they're like, I had a plan in motion. You just ruined the plan. And I'm like, your plan was stupid. That your plan would have had us there all night. My plan got us out of there real quick. Anyway, we went back to my place and my brother didn't answer the door. I don't want to even get into that. So we were outside in the cold for a while. Finally, we get inside and we end up just watching the New Year's ball drop on YouTube and drinking wine and eating pretzels, like pretzel crackers. So yeah.
Thank you for your patronage.